two, three. One, two, three. Let's go.
Everybody, welcome to Teaching Crypto. This is AZcrypto and MrFOMO. Please hit that like. Most importantly, please hit that subscribe. We are on our way to 300. If you could be our 300th subscriber, that would be awesome and amazing for us. So please do that for us. So again, please hit subscribe. Please hit like. Today we got a very special episode, Voyager update. Got an update on Michael Saylor. We have a very special crypto winter bear mini draft coming up for you. Really quickly on Voyager, the date you need to know is actually a couple days from today. It is August 4th, as that's when the judge hopefully will allow Voyager to give back the money that's currently in Metropolitan Bank. So if you have cash in Voyager, hopefully we're getting some good news on Thursday. We will keep you updated. Remember, at the end of the month, August 26th, that's when the bids are due. And this whole thing hopefully should have a buyer by September 7th. So let's cross our fingers. And MrFOMO, you have a quick update on Michael Saylor. Go ahead.
There's a headline flashed across this. It was kind of scary when I saw it, knowing where the market is. Michael Saylor stepped down as CEO of MicroStrategy today, but the position he's taking will allow him to concentrate on managing the Bitcoin treasury. So no need to worry. They're not going to go into, there's not some sort of indictment of him, and he's not leaving the company, and they're not going to sell off all their Bitcoin in some crazy scheme now with some new CEO. Everything is fine. It's nothing to worry about. It's actually a big nothing burger.
All right. So with that, let's start our draft. And I secretly won the coin toss. You're just finding out about this now. So I'm going to go first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my very first selection here coming up. Now, here's the thing we want to let you guys know. This is a bear market draft. So these are the coins we feel like are safe to hold in the bear and could ultimately give us really good return. And so we're talking about 2 years here, Bitcoin having 2024. Doesn't mean that the bull run will not start till 2024, but that's kind of where we're looking at here. And so I'm going to share, and my first selection is going to be the BNB token. Oh, we just talked about it. Guess what? This might be a shock. You might say, AZcrypto, what are you doing? What about ETH? Well, my partner might pick ETH. I think ETH will have a great run up, but I'm a little worried about the ETH update and a possible fork. And we'll talk about that in a future episode. BNB to me is awesome because it has its own ecosystem. It is required on Binance, which is the biggest player internationally. I know Sam wants to become that, but Binance right now is top dog. And so you have to have BNB to be on Binance. You have to have BNB to be on the Binance chain. It's huge on the Trust Wallet to do stuff. Basically, BNB is not going anywhere. And I do believe over the next bull run, BNB will rise dramatically with Bitcoin. And you're going to see some all-time highs. My current projection is somewhere around, and this is entertainment purposes only, we can't guarantee you anything. This is sometime around 1,000 as I expect it to go. So right now we're in the 280 range. So you can see right here, 285.32 is the current price. So for me, it's a great selection. It's my first pick because I actually think it has a little more upside than you.
So we can see that chart.
Yeah, so really quickly, you can see right now where we are. This is not a bad buy. I mean, ideally, you want to buy back here, but I think this is kind of a low, and we might go down a little bit lower to the low 200s. It's possible. But you can see here all-time highs well over 600. That's kind of what we're going for here. And yeah, the market cap is high, but the potential is still very good. So you might say, well, 46 million, that's not high. It is, but 46 bill. It is high, 46 billion, no doubt. But I still think there's a huge road and room to grow. So I really like that token. And that's my first pick. Okay. MrFOMO, what do you think really quickly?
I actually love it. And we always talk about it on this channel, utility, utility, utility. That one has great utility, like you mentioned. And if you weren't going to take that one, I was going to take it first.
Okay.
I think I'm going to surprise you with the number 2 pick in the draft here. I'm not going to go with the big dog. I'm actually going to slip down the scouts chart here, and I'm going to go to AVAX.
All right. Another great selection. Go for it.
And so Avalanche, I think, with all their partnerships and everything that they've gotten done here over the last year or so, especially through the bull market, I think this is a great coin. I think that it's fallen off quite a bit, as you can see from the chart there. That's kind of a scary dip. And I mean, from all-time highs, it's fallen off pretty much with all the other altcoins. But like I said, with everything that they've got going, I just think that when we get into that next bull run, they're going to be partnered up with a lot of the right companies, and they're going to be, headed to the moon. Again, not financial advice. I don't have a crystal ball. There could be plenty of macro factors that jump in there, but if I'm going to take the first pick here out of the ones that are there, that have strength, that I think will be there for the long haul, and I think will move up the charts pretty quickly once we start that bull.
And again, for quick visualization of the chart, this is a good place to buy because
Right.
we're thinking this is going to go much higher. So I like your selection.
Right.
Market cap is not too big.
Go ahead.
Yeah, market cap is not too high. You're getting in at a good price. I think it's a great bull run buy for the next bull run, excuse me. And as you can see here, you can get it. You can get it on a few places now, and it used to be hard to get, but not anymore. And so that's another thing that Avalanche is going for. It is before it was not the easiest thing to find. In fact, Voyager was one of the few places you could get it. So not anymore. So I really like that pick. Excellent pick. And again, 6.5 million. It's nothing. Excuse me, 6.5 billion. My bad. We wish it was 6.5 million, right?
Right.
That would be amazing. All right, so I'm gonna take for my second pick, Elron, and they do a lot of business in Miami. And as you can see here, we went way above here. We went above 500. Look where we are now, folks. 56.97. So Elron to me has a ton of potential. They have a lot of involvement online, big time community. Kind of stuck by them during tough times. 1.2 billion. That's a great market cap. That really is. I think, and I would have possibly taken this one earlier, but I just felt BNB was the safer pick because of how it's already established itself. But Elron is another great pick. I think huge potential. I think this one could hit 1,000. And you might say, well, what are you talking about? 56 to 1,000? I think it's possible over the next bull run. I really do. Conservatively, you're going to probably look at 600 to 800. But I think 1,000 is not out of the question. Just take a look at the market cap. Look at the possibilities there. Go ahead, Mr. Fuller. What do you think, really quick?
And this is something we've talked about before with eGold. We love the max supply on this, 31 million, and no plans to increase that or mint more. The total supply or what's going out now is 23 million. There is a chance for supply shock there in the future. And we've had this conversation often when we brought up eGold. The tokenomics are similar to Bitcoin. And that's one of the things that we love about it is that there's a limited supply and there are no plans to make any more. And that is an attractive thing.
Yeah, so there could be definitely some supply shock. So I really like that one. And you are up next, Mr. What do you got?
All right. I'm actually going to go with Ethereum.
All right.
I think going AVAX first pick, I need something with a little bit stronger market cap. We know that if you're building a portfolio, Bitcoin's probably going to be involved. But for me, Ethereum is the next best thing. The market cap is huge, of course. However, we think that this one still has room to run because of all the things it has going for it. Now, You touched on this briefly. We do worry that there might be a fork coming up with the new merge. So we'll have to take a look at that. There also could be a sort of buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing when it all goes down. You might have a bunch of people selling off. So in the short term, there's a chance for some negative price action. But I think in the long term, heading back into the next bull market, you need to have Ethereum somewhere in your portfolio.
Yeah, so right now actually would not be a horrible time. We just don't know what that update's going to look like, if it's going to be successful. There's been possible rumors of a possible fork. So just be careful with ETH. I think it's a great buy, but just be very, very careful. Just that's all I'm going to say.
ETH has been forked before, so make sure you pay attention when that comes up.
And really quickly for our audience, in case they don't know, what is a fork? Can you tell us just very, very briefly?
What's that? I missed
Well, tell our audience what a fork is, just in case they don't know.
It's where a new chain is created, essentially, like ETH and ETH Classic.
Similarly, what happened with just Luna, where there's a Luna Classic now, that the one that printed trillions, and then there's a new Luna. So that's just, I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Any salt in that open wound.
Sorry, I couldn't. That was one time my coin too, so it hurts. My next pick is going to be one that I think is going to be essential in the next bull run. It's going to be Polygon, also known as Matic. Now, Matic has a mid-sized market cap, over 7 billion, but I really do like the momentum. They've got a lot of good partnerships. And if we take a look at the all-time chart here we can see how great of a buy this is. Again, sometimes when you're given numbers, it's one thing. When you actually see the chart, you can click and point and see where you were. Look at here, guys. We're kind of starting to push $3, and right now we're below $1. Okay, and I do think this could go well above $3 in the next one, and I think this project's here to stay. It's really connected to ETH. I like Polygon. They've been getting some partnerships, rumored to have more. There was one point they were rumored to be actually, they did help the NFL make some NFTs for some of the games last year. There's rumors that they're going to be more involved in the future this year. So I really like Polygon here. I think they're going to be involved in a lot of crypto technology moving forward. So not only for this bull run in the future, I think Polygon's a great bet.
I think so too. I think this is one of the ones that if you're building a portfolio, you definitely at least spend some time researching and looking into. Something I also like about this is a great team behind this. And there's, like you said, they're still working hard to build partnerships. They're still working hard to build out the chain. And I think that this is a project that's going to be around and is going to move quite a bit when we get back to the bull run.
And your last and final pick, which I think you feel strongly about, go for it.
And in true FOMO fashion, I'm going to go with one that's a little bit down the list. But I actually have downloaded this app, and they actually have some bangers of songs from people you may never have heard of. Like there was one I ran into the other day called Halfway by Meridian. I believe that's who it's. Yeah, Halfway by Meridian. And that song, to me, I could listen to that all day long. It's exactly the kind of music that I'm looking for. So it's not these artists aren't well known, but they're definitely putting out some music that slaps. And so I'm big on this because one, I think the app is there, it's working. There are people actually putting out good music on this app. But two, I think I honestly truly believe that music NFTs are going to be a big thing. The way that Napster took the revenue away from the artists, I think that NFTs have a chance to give the artists back that revenue that was taken away back when Napster, created MP3s and file sharing and that kind of stuff. So I think this could be revolutionary, and I think that companies that either have their hands in music NFTs or that focus solely on music NFTs will go far in the next bull run.
Quickly look at your chart here. We kind of we actually peaked in back all the way back in March. So if you follow that and look where we are now, look at the price you're getting here today. If you can start DCAing in and not being overly aggressive because we're still in the bear. You want to just be careful, but man, you're getting a great price. If this project does come through in the next bull run in 2 to 2.5 years, you're going to be sitting very, very pretty for sure. And like you said, the market cap really quickly here, very low. Okay. We're talking well below $1 billion. So I think that's a great pick. I really do. Now, really quickly to wrap things up, guys, we do want to please ask you, hope you enjoyed our draft. We feel very strongly about those picks. Okay, for entertainment purposes only for now. But if you like our content, please hit subscribe, please hit share, please hit like. We'll be back with a Voyager update at the end of the week. We should have more clarity after the August 4th date. We're getting closer to the August 26th date where all the big bids are due. We'll keep you guys updated. For Mr. FOMO, this is AZcrypto. Have a great day.
So